friends, and welcome back to Beloved Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So y'all, before we get into our special presentation, I have an announcement, yes, well, a little bit of an update, okay? I'm also going to put it on the description of the channel so you all are aware when you can expect us to hang out for videos to drop. So our schedule is going to be, as of right now, because this is what works, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yes, only on weekends for now. Hopefully that is a permanent schedule, but just in case, because we know that life changes and different things, then I will update it at that time. But as for now, I'm hoping that this would be our permanent schedule. I'm excited about it because I'm like, this is what works. I can totally see myself making sure you all get those videos on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm excited about that. And plus it takes the pressure off. It really does. I feel like, okay, I just know I can make those dates. But yeah, so that was the update I have for you. And I know that yesterday you didn't get a video, so you'll be getting two on Sunday because I missed Friday. So yeah, I'm keeping my word here. But how are y'all doing? Y'all let me know in the comments everything, whatever I missed, what y'all watching, streaming, what are you up to, what are you expecting? If you watch anything good lately, you're like, beloved girl, you got to check this out. This was so inspiring, it was encouraging, it was amazing, it was a blast. Drop that in the comments because y'all know I do appreciate any recommendations. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Plum Pudding Mystery. Well, let me get this right. Okay, Murder She Baked, a plum pudding mystery. Now we are still in the Hannah Swenson. That's her name. Let me make sure I got her name right. I know her first name. Okay, yeah, this is part of that whole Hannah Mysteries thing, okay, that's streaming right now on Hallmark Plus. There's so many movies, so I'm excited to go through on. The last video we did the first one, so this is the second one. And y'all, let's go ahead and get into this, okay? So Hannah returns. We are back in Eden Lake, Minnesota, and it's just when you think things have calmed down, it's quiet, we can start to get back into normal life. No, that just doesn't happen here, okay? It really doesn't. But we do know that some time has passed. A lot of growth has happened between the first film and the second film here of this beautiful, excuse me, y'all, of this beautiful series, because Hannah is, yes, she's still baking. She still has her cookie jar baking shop and cafe. Yay, yay, yay. But yeah. But she's in a different location now. She has upgraded. Business has been doing amazing. So Hannah had to go with the flow. So I'm so excited that she's doing well. And even when the film opens up and we see that she's in a total different shop, it's bigger. Forgive me, y'all, it has a lot more employees. The first film, she only had one employee. As you can tell, she's just starting out, you know, and y'all know how what they say, the first 5 years of business, I mean, that kind of determines whether it's gonna be a success or not for the most part. So I feel like that's what was happening in the first film. But now we do see Hannah is in her groove, lots of more customers, bigger shop in a better district, a more busier district, like almost seems like it's like in some kind of downtown area. So yeah, we got all that going on. Our two favorite guys here, yes, have returned. We also have Mama Dolores is back. Adrian, sister here, is back. Her boyfriend, well, excuse me, y'all, not boyfriend, but husband, who's also a part of the police force, who works alongside Mike here with Detective Mike. He is back. So everybody, we do get our cast from the first film. They are back here, and they seem like they're gonna stay. But we do have some guest features and some different people that we meet here in this second film. But one of the things that I noticed here about Hannah, the first film, we were kind of getting introduced to her. Forgive me, y'all. So y'all forgive me, I have the sniffles, but still I showed up, right? But yeah, so on the first film, we kind of get introduced to Hannah. We don't really know. We can make assumptions of what kind of person she is. We do know that she's good-hearted, kind-hearted, sweet, a family person, love her mom and sister, a person that's a part of the community, contributes to the community in a very positive way with her bakery, and just her overall status and how much she cares, and there's a love for everybody here. That's part of her personality. But the part where she kept kind of clashing with Detective Kingston here in the first film, because she just couldn't seem to mind her own business and let him do his job, because he is a detective, she is a baker. You don't see him in the first film like stepping out of line into her lane and stuff like that, and it seemed like almost like, okay, you're being a little bit too harsh for Hannah. She is just being who she is. She's a kind-hearted person, and it's not that she was trying to interfere. It's just things were happening. She was just in the midst of things. That's all. That's what we got from the first film. Now we started getting in the second film. I'm like, okay, Hannah, I'm gonna have to kind of agree with Detective Kingston here that you are overstepping your boundaries. You're not letting him do his job. You're not letting the force do their job when things happen. This is not your job, Hannah, to solve these mysteries, okay? If anything, you're putting your life on a line. We saw in the first film that, yes, we came close to that. Here in the second film, we are definitely in the midst of this thing here. We are there here, okay? To the point where Kingston is like, Detective Kingston is like, okay, he sees that it's not working, telling Hannah to back off, encouraging her that he knows what he's doing, all of that type of thing. He's starting to see a little bit more that things kind of pop off in her midst for whatever reason. She just happened to be there, maybe because it's a small town. But then again, I can't really say that, because why is this type of thing happening to everyone else? Why is it always you, Hannah? Why? That is the mystery that Detective Kingston is still trying to figure out in his own head, on top of the different things that are going on around here. But we do have this crime that is committed here around the whole tree lot thing. And so yes, it's Christmas time and things should be jolly, merry, happy. And I'm gonna go ahead and point this out, that I am happy that it's not Christmas time right now. I am happy that we're moving into spring, and yeah, so we don't have to see all the white snow and all that type of, I mean, it's fun when it's here, and I guess when it's supposed to happen when it's in the season, but I am thankful. I look forward to spring and summer and all of the sunshine. But yeah, we are back here in Christmas time with Hannah and all of that. So everybody's supposed to be, like I said, jolly and merry and happy, but we do have this thing that took place, and Hannah finds this guy no longer here, and of course she takes it on as her responsibility that she has to find out. And to the point where even in the midst when Hannah is at her bakery, instead of baking, well, she does bake, because yeah, I mean, she gets the job done doing her deliveries and everything, but she has this whiteboard, y'all, that she writes down like different people, different suspects, and how do they connect to everything that has happened, and who is more likely, and all of these types of things she's putting together like she is a part of the police force. This is the point where I'm like, Hannah, you are doing too much. You are doing the most. I love it at the same time, but you really are, okay? I just have to say that for the sake of saying it for the peoples, and for Detective Kingston, who's doing a very good job of being patient with you, at the same time trying to fight feelings of you. And y'all remember what I said in part one, on the first film, we had two guys that were kind of like feeling Hannah, and she kind of had a feel for both of them as well, but she hadn't made a commitment to be exclusive with anyone, and neither had they. So it leaves everything open, all the cards out on the table here, and it seems to be that these guys are competing in a sense for Hannah. And it's crazy because nobody's exclusive. Everybody is free to live their lives however they choose, but I guess it's something about Hannah. I don't know. Maybe the courageousness, maybe the fact that she is a little spunky, and she's brave, and she is beyond passionate about bringing justice forth and executing justice on the behalf of those who are helpless and different. Maybe that is a attractive quality. I don't know, but they can't seem to get Hannah off of their minds. And at the same time, nobody's necessarily making a permanent move where it's like being very open about your feelings, like putting your heart out there. So putting her on the spot, basically putting the ball in her court, letting her know, okay, I'm interested, more than interested here. I'm ready for us to be exclusive. What do you think? Nobody seems to be taking the lead in that area, and I guess because people want to protect their feelings, protect their heart, or maybe because of the baggage that they already have. Like I said from the first video, Detective Kingston comes with a lot of baggage, still in a sense grieving over his wife. Not so much where he's really there and he can't move past that, but he is there in a sense where I guess he's not really ready yet to put his heart out there. But at the same time, he's scared of losing someone since he has gone through that before, which is kind of that turmoil that is going on inside of him, because Hannah is constantly putting herself in the midst of danger, and he's constantly having to deal with that as if they are in a relationship, but they're not. That's always weighing on his mind, because this girl won't stop. She's always running to the danger instead of running away like your normal civilian would do. So yeah, I guess that's what's going on in Kingston's head, that he's not, that's making him a little bit more hesitant with her. Norman, the dentist, I think with him, he's just a little bit uncertain. Like, Hannah made a list of pros and cons with the guys here. Like, she did that without telling us, but we did find out in here that that's what she was doing, that she was trying to figure it out. And her sister put her on the spot, because her sister came over to sleep over, right? And she was like, let me see the pro and con lists or whatever. And Hannah was like, what do you mean? That's like ridiculous. Who would do that? And she was like, yeah, where's the list? And Hannah went and got it. That's how I love that, because that's how close they are and they know each other so well. And Hannah made the list, and from what she shared, it's like both guys are weighing pretty much the same. It's no one is a little bit past the other. And where someone would seemingly be that way, like Kingston, probably you would feel like she's more leaning towards him. But like I said, that baggage that's there, and it just seems like they just won't work in a sense. Like they should, but it just won't, because they're too close to living on the edge. They're too close to that adventure, and the thing is that this job will always be in the way, and this job will always put their lives in danger, and I just don't see it kind of really working. And I guess Hannah probably in a sense feel that way a little bit, but she's not digging too deep. I'm just digging too deep because this is what we do here, right? But yeah, that's what's going on, this whole love triangle here, and it has up a notch since the first film, because now some time has passed. Hannah's getting more involved with her business and different things, but at the same time, she's getting a little bit more curious, and she's getting a little bit more bold when it comes to the danger and when it comes to these mysteries that happen and solving them. So that is kind of hanging in a balance there, on top of making your family, your Mama Dolores worry, and your sister Adrian here, who does reveals that she and her husband Bill are expecting a baby. So there's some excitement there. We have all of that going on, and so life is moving forward for her baby sister, as you would expect for the average individual. Like, things happen, people get married, people have babies, and life just happens like that. But Hannah just seems to be stagnant a bit, but at the same time, she's not feeling it, because she's so close to these crimes and these mysteries, and she's almost like living this real life whodunit or Clue, or y'all remember them games and them board games back in the day. I'm sure they probably still have them around, but they were so fun, right? When you're trying to figure out the mystery and all that type of stuff. But can you imagine living this way? That this is not something you could just easily put away, but once you're in it, you're in it. And that's what we have here with Hannah. And so you can imagine, I'm so enjoying it. I still feel like this is like, I would call these cozy mysteries, because they still stay, they're doing a good job of staying away from the gruesome things that we don't need, and that we don't need to give us nightmares. So we're staying away from all of that, but we're having a good time getting to know these characters and feeling more at home in Eden Lake here. And I do feel that way every time that I go back into that world for that hour or so. I'm there, I'm locked in, because so much is going on. They do know how to set the scenes, and they do know how to put things together in a way where you feel like you are there as well, and you feel like, okay, I am like Hannah here. I mean, I can't relate to Detective Kingston because that's not my real life. I'm not on the force or anything, but you feel like you can relate to Hannah because she's just a regular person. She's a regular girl's girl, and she's just jumping right in there. She's living this fearless, courageous life, which many of us that's what we go to the movies for. That's what we watch these kind of things for, because we want something that's far away from our reality. And so we're getting all of this here in this film, and like I said, I'm having an amazing time. But there is a scene, y'all, that they're at this beneficial concert or something where they're raising money and different things. So they have Hannah treats there, and people can bid on like how much they want to donate or whatever, and they start to bid off at like $75 or something, and Norman does, like, I think he offers like $100, and then out of nowhere, Kingston shows up. And so the two guys they going, y'all, you can imagine, I'll get 100, I'll do 200, I'll do 250, 300, and then the numbers are just going up, and everybody's watching this, and Hannah's sister and her mom watching this like, wow, these guys like totally dig you, girl, doing all of that. They just doing the most. And Hannah steps up because she's a little bit embarrassed and feels kind of bad that they are doing this, in a sense, like competing for her, and it's very weird and it's uncomfortable. So she like raises her hand and she's like, if both guys are willing to donate $250, like she will basically give them free treats for a year. Like she puts it into this childish war here. I mean, these guys are turning into little boys here in this scene. As if who is gonna like donate the most is gonna win. The girl here, not knowing that the girl is not available. You don't get the girl at the end of this thing. You get some treats, not the girl. But it was cute though, and you can imagine I'm looking, and I'm just like her mom and sister. I'm like, okay, okay, all right, you gonna do that, you gonna do that. Oh, ah! But it was so cute. It was so adorable. Oh, also, that was the second competition. The first competition is, I told y'all this around Christmas time. So both guys have this idea of buying Hannah a Christmas tree. And she ends up with 2 Christmas trees, so they end up donating one of them. And I'm like, come on, you guys. I mean, I guess, I don't know. But I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm loving it all the same. So we have all of that going on. Then Detective Kingston does something very, very wise, because he starts to understand there's no stopping Hannah. She's gonna put her nose in places that it should not be. She's going to solve these mysteries, whether you like it or not. That's already been decided here, and he gets that. So he's like, okay. He ends up inviting her out, but instead of taking her to dinner or something like that, he takes her to basically like this self-defense class, and he's working one-on-one with her. And one of his first missions is to show her how to handle like taking a gun away from someone, and when to pull out a gun, and knowing if you do that, you better use it, and all these different little things, these little nuggets here. He shows us how to do it, right? By distracting the person and then quickly like twisting their wrist, and now you have the control here. And when he tries it on her the first time, when she least expected, and she's like, oh, and she's like kind of falling and like captured in his arms. I was like, girl, how'd it feel, honey? And then she gets him back by distracting him when he least expected, and that was totally cute. And he even admitted she is a fast learner, and this move ends up saving her life at the end of this film, y'all, because she does end up going head to head, toe to toe with the suspect as she comes to like pretty much like closing this case and knowing who the person is. And she uses the move that Detective Kingston showed her, which I thought, girl, that was amazing. So it held the girl off long enough for Detective Kingston and Forrest to show up and finish the job. But yeah, Hannah took us on a journey here. We was on this adventure. We felt like we got some self-defense classes, that we had a little dessert along the way. We got to see some guys compete, some really good guys. I mean, both guys are really, really good here. And so yeah, That's how it went, y'all. But once again, let me try to get this right. This is Murder, She Baked, a Plum Pudding Mystery, streaming right now on Hallmark Plus. So y'all let me know if y'all like this film and have you seen it yet? What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about the series thus far? And even if you're not necessarily going to watch it for yourself, but you're kind of seeing it through my eyes as we're talking about it, let me know how that went for you as well. Before I leave y'all for this day, we're going to go ahead and get into the scripture. And we're coming out of Psalm 70 verse 1. And Hannah showing up got this down here. God, hurry to rescue me. Lord, hurry to help me. So until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.